I'm losing my mind day after day after day after day. Holy cow. Good morning. Even though I post these at like 7 p.m. Good morning. Alrighty, today's word of the day. Holy cow. Today's Saturday, actually. And when your internal clock is still calibrated to an old lifestyle that you no longer want to live, you feel a little sluggish, your head hurts a little, you gotta remind yourself exactly why you're doing this. Because my physical health is related to my financial wealth. Alright, today's word is cusp. A point or pointed end. Cusp. Well. Alright, that was the word. No mispronunciations today. Cusp. C-U-S-P. Cusp. Alright, time to go to the gym. Oof. Today's arms, actually. Most people usually are ecstatic about arms. I mean, I am as well. Doesn't sound like it. Still, like, I'm telling you, that morning headache. Wow, what a nice stop sign, man. Just let's go and start blitzing through stop signs, guys. What the hell? Alright. Yeah, I mean, my arm days, sorry, I didn't mean to say, my arm days consist of compound movements, since I'm like loading my legs 3 times a week, because I want killer legs. So I opted for compound movements and supersetting for my arms using the cable machine. Or using the cable machine. A lot of compound movements using the cable machine. I still have to do back and chest too, so I still opt for those ones, but some of those you can still opt with the cable machine, especially with the tricep like push down rope. You can still hit back pretty well. Hitting chest is possible. You have chest flies with cables. I try to limit myself just to one side of the cable machine, just to give other people opportunities to be on the cables as well. So sometimes I just we go incline chest press machine, we call it good there. I need to do a little bit more decline. I gotta work out the stability muscles within my chest as well too. I focus a lot on the negative movement. And man, the process, the journey is the fun part. The journey is the fun part, is what they say. Holy moly. Yeah, but you can't just jump in time to that point, because then you miss. Like, if you just wanted to jump just to reach your goal, and there was nothing else that happened in your external life, and let's say you jumped a year and you did nothing else except this one thing. Some people, alright, we're cool, we're fine with that. It's good, it's nice. Well, you gotta build all the other aspects of your life as well. We're all doing this. But what really screws me over in my own mind is, holy cow, is this person, I was about to say, this person had me scared just crossing the street like that. What really screws me over in my own mind is exactly the ambitions in which, externally outside of the gym, career-wise, hobby-wise, that I want to pursue. And I think it's a little conflicting right now, as I am just floating around. I would want to say, just floating around. As I'm in a transitioning point between occupations. It's just interesting. And I gotta explore. explore different avenues of different hobbies, and starting to think maybe competitive games should not be my forefront of video games. At the same time, I love competitive games too, but I feel like I need to look at my creative side as well and use video games as that medium to go ahead and explore it. I believe I mentioned in a previous clip, and it might not be a part of the series on these Rambles. It might be in one of the earlier ones, where I mentioned where I played Minecraft like throughout middle school, like extensively, and that point was a lot of creative building, a lot of building a lifestyle that a lot of imagining where I would be, and then getting up and building up to that point, understanding that every single aspect that I was doing was getting and progressing towards that point. And that is life. That is life. You do the same thing. You have a point you get towards, and you start building up towards that point. Just in Minecraft, it happened a lot faster compared to real life, where there's this time delay. And so, everything that happens to me is good. Everything that happens to me is good. Everything that I do brings abundance, wealth, prosperity, clarity, focus into my daily life. It gets better and better and better and better and better. I'm grateful to be here today. Dude, I ate I don't even know how many Oreos I ate yesterday. I ate my 2 meal preps, and then I had the luxury of my parents cooking me and having, rice as well again. And so I ate more food than again. And then on top of that, I ate Oreos. Like, I'm talking maybe about 10. I think 10 Oreos is how much I had. So 150 times 5, we're at 750 calories plus like the 2 glasses of milk. Yeah, we're at 1,000 calories just on Oreos. And then the other meals. Live with the consequences of my actions. That was stress eating. That was 100% stress eating towards the end of the day. It was at the end of the day, when I should have been lying down and going to sleep, except life has different ways of working, and you can't just lay down and go to sleep. That does not mean I had to eat those Oreos. I could have, done anything else. Truly. Oh, man. Another day, another day, another day. Grateful to be here. Also, dating apps are atrocious. Genuinely just atrocious. And to be like chronically online for dating apps to work. I'm not chronically online. I was chronically online at one point in my life. I was chronically online. And I can still say I'm chronically digital, but not online. A lot more has turned to offline work. Talking like just digital art, or just drawing, or writing in notepads. We are in video editing software. We are not, we're in a smaller bubble space. And don't ask me, like, especially even with the TikTok. Holy cow. On TikTok, I don't know the modern lingo now. it fades further and further and further away as I've taken this step towards pushing myself away from it, realizing that it was consuming a large chunk of my life and was not progressively pushing me forward. And I'm not gonna say I'm completely detached from social media. I'm like completely detached from the internet. I just can't watch it for the hours so that I could have done it before. I can't. I'm sitting on it for maybe less than 10 minutes and I am like throwing in the towel on why am I watching this? Why am I doing this? That's why I made the decision where I was like, I don't think I want to post these on TikTok, these like audio clips, because it just feeds into other people's loops. And who am I to not do it and then want to feed into other people's loops when I would like to push the agenda to be a little bit more grounded in the real life around you and appreciate the things that you got, rather than cyclically. It doesn't matter. You don't choose your life the way you ever choose. You choose the life that you have. Excuse me, I burped. And to be fair, I have other content, like the artwork I will post on TikTok, because the artwork, I'm putting it there for like 10 seconds. These audio clips, if I was to clip it, we're going to go up to a minute. We want it to do a minute because that's what's critical for TikTok. And we have to make sure it's really engaging. And honestly, it's become this thing where people are just hype trending every single thing, and you can't pick up a sort of sense of what's actually real or not now either on there, because you see all these like people who are just like clip farming like AI generated re-looped videos that are not even real anymore. Like the gambling arenas in other countries that people are constantly live streaming where that's their job and they're just told exactly how they should play, so it's not genuine. You have the people who are quote-unquote live streaming on TikTok where their live is just repeated loops of feed and it's not genuine, and everybody's asking for some type of gift to do something, and then they hold you out and they're just like, the best way to put you is they're like edging you up to a certain point, and then you sit there for like an hour realizing it's not gonna happen and you just wasted your money. And it's to the point where you gotta understand that the internet, this space that was once a safe haven for a lot of my generation. I'm like 22. I'm 22. If you haven't caught, like, the playlist is chapter 22. I'm 22, and I sit here, and I grew up with the internet. I grew up watching an insane amount of YouTube, and this atmosphere has changed. Yes, I understand as time moves forward, so do things. However, I would want to say that the platform that I'm posting on this one may live for however long, right? But it's gotten to a point where it's not worth watching anything on here anymore. It's not. I found that more people that I've talked to, or more people that I've come across in real life and overheard in conversations, have just said that they've watched or they've listened to hour-long videos about some type of case file or information, and they're just informationally dumped with all this stuff. And how do you use this? Like, it's no longer this joyous, happy space. And another thing that's going on right now at this point is the LARP tube community, where we're going back and we are recreating what the original content creators of this platform did. It was like, like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. And what I find so, it's almost like ironic. It is ironic, I would want to say, that these people who are like, oh my god, thank god we have LARP, we're bringing back nostalgia, but complain about when Disney has a reboot of an older show, and they're like, wow, like, you can't come up with anything new, like this is, and you're just like, it's the same thing, just a different cover. What is, like, how are we? It just baffles me. It baffles. This is longer than normal. Is it? No, it's not. It's 16 minutes because I got here earlier. Oh, man. It's, at this point, it's not new. At this point, even the words that I've said have probably been echoed with the other things. The economy, absolute fucking dog shit, because my mass assumption, here's a mass assumption, is that all the quote-unquote stock trading that's occurring online on Wall Street is no longer human-driven. It has all been automated by robots through algorithms that have been around, not just recently with the AI boom. Not just recently. We're talking since almost like the start of computers, when we were using algorithms to input numbers. Like, this has been going on for a while, but now it's just propagated so much where AI is just multiple streams, multiple accounts doing it, and the algorithms are so good that they make all the numbers look so well that it keeps on saying, well, the stock market keeps on reaching a new high. But it's not people trading it. It's not us trading it anymore. It's not. It's not. It's people buying these funded accounts online for a fraction of the cost, and then letting some AI or like quants or whatever the algorithm work on it and call it a day. It's no longer human driven. So the stock market, not a measure of our financial wealth. It's not. It's cooked there. It's cooked. Because when 50% of the world's population, like when 50, like, it's just, I'm not gonna start saying numbers because I'm gonna be wrong and someone's at a point. So let me not say numbers. Rather, look around where you are right now. Look around. Walk outside it and look at the energy of the people around you. And I mean, go to your stores. Go to Target. Go to Ulta. Go to some of the popular stores. Look at the energy. Look at the energy and the feeling that people are walking around with. It is a fucking drag. It's a fucking drag. And you know what the crazy part is? Is people want to feed on this type of, like, energy. And they smile and they like it. And it's fucking sickening. It makes a person sick to their stomach and fucking throw up. It genuinely does. But for the people who are now just these automaton bots glued to their fucking phone even while fucking driving, you do you. Yeah, you do you. I pray nothing catastrophic happens in your lifetime in order to understand what you're doing. I hope it happens to you on a bright sunny day when you're having your Starbucks coffee in your whatever vehicle that you would choose to drive, in the quote-unquote trendy clothes that you keep on buying to fit in. I hope it clicks. And the sad part is I sit here and I'm not going to say my generation's cooked. I'm not going to say that. My generation, having this amount of wealth, can lead Or not wealth. Fuck, only 10% of the population, they have fucking, like, all the fucking wealth. Because let the common person be fucked over. They get you in microtransactions now. When something costs $1, why do I have to pay $1? Why do I have to pay $1, Microsoft, for you guys to be able to convert the high efficiency video coding format, or the codecs? Because instead of just going, I love my user base now, like, we can make $1 off this, can't we? I know technology is progressing, but, like, let's charge them $1 instead of innately being a feature. And it's pointless. It's pointless. Words are empty. Actions say it all. I'll keep to that one. Words are empty. Actions say it all. See ya. Mwah.